Hi, we're the Imported Motivation. Sorry about that. We have a project we're bringing to you. It's the race car. This was the original race car that we decided to build because robots are hard to build. Everybody liked cars, so building a car was sounded kind of cool, you know, and nobody else had anything original to bring to the table. So we decided to build a car that looks something like this.
So this design here is the, well, that one right there is from the 2.0. And it took us a while to realize we don't have 2.0, we have the 1.0, so, yeah. So basically our entire steering we had to redesign. So we just started, we started with, so we have our two motors in the back. That's basically all that we took from this 2.0 design. So we got them all hooked up so they're independent. Each back wheel is independently powered. And one of our biggest problems besides the steering was our structure, keeping the things sturdy because it would like fold in half. So we had to make a chassis all the way around and structure everything from the bottom, and we didn't have a lot of space underneath, so that was a challenge. And then the turning was huge. We're missing this tiny little gear, which was all we needed. So we spent probably 2 weeks on the steering. We tried bringing power around the top of the motor and down to the wheels, but that didn't really work. But we ended up making our steering wider, so it fits a lot better.
We're able to use a different gear ratio to fit between the motor and the turning mechanism, so that basically solved our problem.
I think we learned a lot from that part, the steering.
Me and Glad were working on the back. So the back has two motors, so each person had one motor to work, and then we put them back together. And we started, David started putting like programs and making it move up and down.
A little modification we did to the back was it was too closely tied together, as you can see right there. So what we did was we extended the wheels so it could handle the weight of the car. So pretty much giving it more support to hold on to the weight.
Well, I was the solo programmer here. A lot of people had a team. I basically went solo on this venture. And a lot of it, the programming, I was getting a little too excited with, and ended up like making the wheel fly off on the turn because it went too far. A lot of little lovely problems like that when you're working with an original design that you're not exactly sure how it works. Things that should work on the normal plans inside the paper don't work when the gear's not the exact way they had it before. So we basically had to go at 5-degree increments to figure out the turning. So wonderful joy there. And of course everything's backwards because of the way we designed the rear. So backwards is forwards and forwards is backwards. It's all those lovely, interesting flying off the table incidents were lovely trial and error that finally came down to the design we have here. And basically what I programmed it to do is when we start it up, it's going to start with a clapper. It's going to run and hit the wall here. It's going to do a 3-point turn with the steering. It's going to go forward till it turns the ultrasonic sensor on because it did its 3-point turn. It's going to want to figure out if it's getting close to anything more. We have our, if we had more table, a box, but we don't want to add 3 tables onto this. It's already big enough. It will stop, do a reverse, and then it'll go until it hits a black line, and then stop and finish. Now let's get this guy rolling. And your lovely programmer didn't set it to neutral on the steering, so. And not long enough table still.
I think it sensed the line.
Because I'm waving my hand in front of it. Can I have a redo?
Yeah, sure. Fine. Fixing post.
Operator error. Jeff, move it back.
Catch it.
Why did you move it back? Uneven tables. Debate of everything electronic.
What does that noise mean?
That means the sonar is on. And then we'll sense the black line here in 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
And that was reverse parking, ladies and gentlemen.
Any questions?
Any questions?
Any questions?
Yep.
Nope.
Thank you.